Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome back to What's in the Bag, Jay. Now we have 3 more weeks left, as I explained to you last week, so we have 5 movies. And the 5 that are coming back are Dead Ant, Ogre, unrated, Minutes Past Midnight, The Awakening, and finally, A Dark Path. Now, as I said last week, if you notice, there's no Freddy vs. Jason die, because I am just running out the movies. There will be 2 left, and if you want one of those movies reviewed, or both of them, just let me know and I'll consider bringing them into my 31 Days of Horror in October, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to do. Now let's give the bag a good tussle and see what we're going to review this week. Alright, let's see. We have... Oh, nice. Ogre. Alright, I'm going to set that aside and put the rest of the movies side by side by side. We're not going to do the Freddy vs. Jason die, but I'm going to let you know what's left. I mean, you guys can still vote. Tell me how you think about the movies that are still in. We have Dead Ant, Minutes Past Midnight, The Awakening. I know that's one Leon's been voting for. And A Dark Path. Right now, I'm going to go watch Ogre and come back with a review later. Well, I'm back. I just watched Ogre, unrated, and here are my thoughts. Ogre, unrated, is a 2008 film which runs approximately 90 minutes. Actually, it runs 97 minutes. IMDb is incorrect. And let's see, this is directed by Stephen R. Monroe. Now, he was responsible for Cursed, First Person Shooter, and Harlan Manor. Now, this stars John Schneider as Henry Bartlett. He was in They Whisper, The Stairs, and Switched. But most people know him as Bo? No, it's Luke, I think, from Dukes of Hazzard. For some reason, I'm getting them mixed up. This also stars Ryan Kelly as Mike. He was in The Invisible, The Bend, and a ton of TV. And Katharine Isabelle, my girl, as Jessica. She was in Torment, Freddy vs. Jason, and 13 Eerie. This also has Brandon Fletcher in it. Let's see, this was a Canadian and did $2 million. I was actually kind of surprised. And being a TV movie, it was originally done for the Sci-Fi Channel. Okay, Jennifer, this one's for you. You wanted me to put this in the bag, and here you go. Ogre is an interesting film. It is acted extremely well, and it is a period piece, but it's also a modern piece. Now, this starts out in 1859, and once again, this is like the second movie in a row, they have some kind of a plague going on in this town called Evanwood? Something like that. So, the magistrate has just passed away. John Schneider plays Sir Henry, and he wants to be magistrate because he has a way that they can get rid of this plague. Basically, they have to sacrifice one person a year from the town to the ogre. They chain him up to a cross in the middle of the town square, and the ogre comes up and grabs him, eats him, and goes away. And they're safe for another year. Well, here's the thing. They don't age. He made them immortal. But they also can't have children. And they can't have anyone else in their town. So this is basically kind of like it sort of has this village from M. Night Shyamalan feel to it. So we're talking about present day now, the 2000s, and a group of teenagers wants to find out why people have gone missing in the woods. They stumble upon this town, and in order to get into the town, you have to cross over these rocks that surround the town. Once you're in there, it's like you have time warped, and you're in 1859, but you're in present time, if that makes any sense, because no one is aged and it's still the town that they were back then. Everyone is getting tired of having to sacrifice someone to this ogre every year because the town isn't getting any bigger. They are dwindling, and every year they have to pick someone, and the John Schneider character has this staff which has a stone on the end of it, and the stone actually picks the person who is going to get sacrificed for that year. So when the kids go to this town, they let the ogre free. A couple of them get killed, but a couple of them get taken by the townspeople as well, and now the ogre's free. So they come up with this brilliant idea that if they sacrifice these newcomers to the ogre, they can spare their own townspeople. And how that basically works is when the guy holds the staff with the stone, it puts a pentagram on your hand. And that's supposed to be the sign that lets the ogre know to come and get you. That's basically the story in a nutshell. It is acted extremely well. It's actually a lot of fun. The gore is pretty decent, and I believe that's why it's unrated, because there's a lot of extra gore in it that they probably wouldn't put on sci-fi at the time. So, my one drawback, and this is going to be a killer for a lot of people, the ogre. Now, this is 2008. Please try to keep this in mind. The ogre looks like something out of a video game. My wife actually, I watched it with her, and she said the exact same thing. I was thinking it as well. It looks right out of a video game. Granted, they were making Lord of the Rings at the time, and the CGI was a lot better than what they showed, but this is low budget, and it was made as a TV movie, so you have to kind of take that into consideration when you're watching it. Is this enough to take a lot of people out of the movie? Probably. Was it enough to take me out of the film? No, but it did kind of get on my nerves after a while. They do show the ogre quite a bit. Of course, that's the point of the movie. This is actually what his face looks like. And they kind of show him on the back, but that's actually not a bad picture. But it's kind of stupid looking. They did try, though. The acting, the blood, the story, I thought was really good. It's just the ogre that's going to take some people out. So kind of keep that in mind if you decide to watch this. I liked it for what it was. I think if you can get past the silliness of the way the ogre looks, I think you'll like it too. So definitely vote for the ones that didn't get picked, because we're running, what is it, 3 episodes left, or 2 episodes after this one. So yeah, keep that in mind. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.